look at Numbers 12, verses 1 to 8. Numbers chapter 12, verses 1 to 8. These things are very, very important. You see, whenever I want to teach, I try to start the way people will understand it, because by two immutable things, God has made it impossible for him to lie. The two immutable things are the word of God and the Spirit of God. So if I'm speaking by the Spirit of God, I have to prove it in the law and prophets, or prophets and grace. I have to prove it in the law, prophets, and grace. 2 or 3 witnesses. It must correspond. If it doesn't correspond, then it's not God. But if it corresponds and it is the present truth, then that's the Lord speaking. So that's how you know, how you try to judge the truth. Numbers 12, verses 1 to 8. He said, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. You know that kind of thing. This woman was a rebellist. Was a rebellist. So when Moses sent her back home, they were happy. They were happy that Moses had sent her back home. So all of a sudden, coming back to come to lead the women instead of Miriam, they didn't understand it. But that is the right thing, because Moses was the leader. That's why they found that Miriam was the eldest. Miriam was the eldest, then Aaron before Moses. But Moses was the one that God called. Moses was the one that God instructed to lead. So they now began to speak evil. Aaron and Moses. They were attacking, Aaron and Miriam. They were attacking Moses because of the Ethiopian woman. He married this uncircumcised, this woman that is always giving us headache and so on and so forth. And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses, had he not spoken also by us? And the Lord had it. Why did they say it? Because Miriam began to lead the children of Israel. He was leading them, the women, in song and so many other things, when Zipporah was not there. So when Zipporah came back, Moses instructed them that Zipporah was supposed to take over as the wife of the leader. They got angry. Aaron got angry. Miriam got angry and said, how? This rebellious woman, why should that happen? So they now started attacking. Moses told them it was what God instructed. And then they started attacking Moses. And they said, and the Lord said, and they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses, had he not spoken also by us? And the Lord had it. Now, the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, say, come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? This was what God was telling them. These are the people he was talking to were the Moses' elders. You know? He said, the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. Immediately God departed, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord. He said, Aaron became afraid. He now called Moses, my Lord, his younger brother. I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father, now I was using Moses in reference to show that Moses was like a father to her. Say, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. So now what am I trying to say? It's a very clear message. What is the Lord trying to bring out here? Why was Aaron not? Why wasn't Aaron also face the same problem? It was because Aaron too was in authority, as well as Miriam. So no, as well as Moses. Both of them were men. Both of them were in authority. Because Moses was God to Aaron. Aaron was the spokesman. So both of them were in authority. But God does not spare. And that was why Aaron was not judged immediately. And he discerned it immediately, went on his knees and started begging Moses. So it's very necessary that we take note of this, because some people, what is happening in Christendom now is awesome. The way people attack men of God, those under, God does not, he has not changed. He's still the same God. He hasn't changed. So for those that are into this, you better go and start repenting, because God does not spare.